Hey guys, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming, and today we are taking a look at Freelancer, the mouse-driven space shooter that I mentioned in my Dark Star 1 review. Now, before I do anything else, I need to give a shout out to a commenter on a Dark Star 1 video, letting me know that this game was in fact abandonware and could be downloaded completely legally. So I'm going to have to apologise if I mangle your name. Andreas Steinhausler, thank you very much. I didn't have to buy a new one off of eBay and could play it to my little heart's delight, and I did indeed. So, Freelancer, you picture you in the role of Trent, who has just dropped off some cargo at Freeport 7 when it happens to be blown to shit, leaving you without a ship, without cargo, and stranded on planet Manhattan, while your contact, Lonergan, is unconscious in the hospital, owing you a significant amount of money. While he's unconscious, you meet up with Junko Zane, I think it's the Liberty Space Force representative. Don't quote me on that. And you do missions with her. And you also do missions off a missions board. So it's you know, it's the Dark Star 1, Tachyon, that sort of thing. Interestingly enough, this was actually done by Chris Roberts. Initially, it was Digital Anvil. And after doing Wing Commander, he wanted to do like a fully realized galaxy. Is this sounding familiar? Is it? But it was almost like a year and a half past their their projected release date when Microsoft came in and wanted to buy Digital Anvil. So Chris was like, well, I don't want you cutting down my vision of the game, and put in a few caveats in his deal, and then stayed on as creative consultant. But they absolutely sold Digital Anvil to Microsoft, who then came in and said, right, well, we're going to cut back on it, and we're going to make you finish the game as completely as you possibly can within your skill, within a time limit, and then we're going to get out on the shelves. Kind of makes you wish Microsoft would buy them out again, you know? Just saying. So we did in fact get it in 2003. And as I said before, this was when I had a little cheeky day off work to play it. It's not something I'm proud of, but at the time I enjoyed it greatly. I think I'd played like a demo of it, and that was why I was so up to play it. It's also supported really well nowadays. I mean, there's so many mods you can get. I've modded it a bit, just basically for widescreen and I think frame rate. But you can absolutely get other than ships. There's mods so you can continue to play online. We actually played it at a LAN party once or twice back in the day. That was pretty cool because you could all fly around the same universe and group up and go do missions, and it was pretty cool. Must admit, it was the first time I'd ever really done anything like that. Obviously nowadays you've got like Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen eventually. Sorry, I'm a bit throaty today. But yeah, it's super good. It's a little bit... It is very close to Dark Star, but it is different in the fact that you don't have an organic ship. You will buy and sell ships, and you will upgrade components of your ships, but there's only two. You can either do the shields or your engine, and you just buy a new module and zip it in. Your ships do have mounting points for turrets and forward-facing weapons, and obviously depending upon the ship that you want, like I think in the footage I'll be recording, I'll be in my Rhino, which is like a trading ship, but it's got like 3 forward guns and it's covered in turrets, so it can actually put out quite a lot of fire. It's just not particularly manoeuvrable compared to some of the fighters. And obviously it has a larger cargo space, which is nice. But the game is obviously... It's great. I mean, it's not... The gameplay isn't as good as Dark Star 1, but this is many years in advance of Dark Star 1. So it's to be expected. But it's just wonderful. Just peak childhood for me. It really is. Well, not quite childhood, but young adulthood, I suppose. Because I'm an old fucker. Also, it had like several relatively major voice actors in it. So you had Ian Ziering, you may know from nowadays from the Sharknado movies. He was in Beverly Hills 90210. You have Jed Fahel, who is just in all games ever. George Takei, when he's not being a plonker on Twitter. And John Rhys Davies, who obviously has some sort of working relationship with Roberts, having been the Wing Commander series' Paladin. And obviously, you know, Sliders and Indiana Jones and Lord of the Rings, perhaps you've heard of that small property. So there's a fair deal of grunt in it, and the gameplay is a little bit linear, although you can do like all of the jobs around you. You get jobs off the job board and buy ships and trade and all that. You don't get like keys to other systems until you've progressed the main plot, and the way you do that is by leveling up, and the way you level up is just to have more wealth. So the more you're worth, the higher the level you are, which makes sense, I suppose. And then you'll get like a radio call from Junker and asking you to meet her somewhere, and it will open up the next little bit of the galaxy for you. Super good. Super. It's one of those games where I could be like 80. I'm never going to be 80. Don't worry, I'm going to be dead for that. But if I ever made to 80, then like we were playing on, I don't know, direct input neural transmitters or something, this is a game I'd still make time for. I'd emulate the fucker in my brain. It's just one of those games that I never really lose the urge to play it. It's one of those special games for me. I'm sure you all have them. In fact, let me know down below what yours are, because this is the kind of game where I'm just like, I don't care how old it looks, I don't care how clunky it gets, I will always play it at some point or another. It will just never be out of my circulation, which was why I was so upset that I'd lost my physical copy. But you know, but as you know, as pointed out, it is freeware now. It's abandonware, so I will put a link down below as to where you can download it. Mods are available all over the place for it, so you know, you do ModDB, something like that, I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot out there, and you can do a lot with it, from just changing, like I say, the aspect ratio and allowing for modern resolutions, to actually implanting newer ships, like capital ships as well, big bastards. Such a good game, really like it, and of course at the end it all comes down to aliens at some point, but that is a space game that is made ever. They all come down to aliens at some point, even like relatively sort of Earth-centric ones. There's always some alien thing in there. So. But you know, it's not entirely unexpected, so we can't really mark it down for that. Understood. Anyway, guys, I think I've waffled on for, I was going to say Star Citizen, shit. Freelancer, long enough. As I said, it's completely free, so go ahead and download it and give it a go. I mean, if you like Dark Star 1, if you like space games with trading and stuff, and you take a look at the footage I've captured and be like, that don't look bad, give it a try. Costs you nothing. Costs you absolutely nothing. That's all I've got to say about that. Catch you next time, guys. Take it easy.